Welcome back to the City to Adventure YouTube channel. I'm Eric, and today we are stealthily fishing for bass. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Where'd it go? It's right over there by the leaves. On the other side of that grass. Right there, you see that? I don't know if you could actually see. There's two larger bass right there. There you go. You're swimming away, one of them. So this is what we're doing. We're targeting bass. This lake here is full of largemouth, and that's what we're hoping to be successful at catching. Um, but we got a problem. The problem is I don't have worms. I don't have uh, minnows. I have bread. So the bread, I'm hoping to catch a bluegill or a chub or a minnow or something, and then maybe hook onto one of the bass. But in all honesty, this is just to fart around with. The main thing we're using, something I don't have a whole lot of experience using, this spinner. And this is all I'm bringing is this spinner, and then below me here, the rod, my ultralight or light rod, whatever that is, with a bobber, a very, very small hook, and one split shot. That's going to be with the bread. Now, you'll see me scanning the area. That's because I did see a sign that said no fishing. Now, I've been told by, by people that you can fish here, that the fishing is great, and it looks amazing. I've come here once before. Shout out to Uncle Greg. He brought me here. We caught some bass, very small, but we caught some bass, and that's why I figured I'm going to use a spinner. I caught him on a silver and white spinner last time. I'm going to switch it up for the red, but there is a sign that says no fishing, so I'm a little bit nervous on that. Um, Throughout the video, I'll tell you guys a little bit about where exactly we are and stuff like that. But for now, I think I'm going to throw in a bobber with some bread and see if they're interested at all with that. And then I'm going to start tossing around the spinner here. So I'm going to try to set the camera up somewhere where it's not going to totally fall because, well, the whole shoreline is a very hard slope. So yeah, I'm going to do my best to kind of set you guys up to see something worth seeing. All right, so we got our bobber out. We're not set all that deep at the moment. We do have a piece of bread on there, I think still, and it's already fallen off, or they've stole it. So this is going to be quite interesting. I had a feeling that fishing with bread was going to be a pain, and I am correct. So I am going to entirely cover the hook and hope for the best. Yeah, you're still zoomed in. Sorry about that. Well, I know a lot of people will use bread like this for carp, um, and for bluegills and stuff. So my thought is it should work, but we'll see. I mean, you can kind of still see it off camera there a little bit, but yeah, I'm just gonna let it do its thing. If we catch anything or something gets interested in it, I'll let you guys know. But I'm gonna start throwing around the spinner. Well, interesting turn of events here. It hasn't even been 2 minutes since I stopped talking to you guys, and now it's raining. I checked the forecast. It was not supposed to rain. This is quite the surprise, seeing as how I did not expect this. So, yeah, I might just have to pack it up anyway. I am not at all prepared for rain, but I might just have to go check the radar, kind of just wait it out. But I guess while it's raining and I'm still farting about, I'll tell you where we are. We're at Peterson Lake. All right, Peterson Lake. I was trying to do some research on, and from every little bit of what I can find, it's not much. I got a whole lot of nothing, guys. So on Google Maps, you'll find Peterson Lake named in Des Plaines, Illinois. We are very close to rivers. We are uh, at the O'Hare Lake Park, Lake Office Park, I think it's called. I don't know. But I was trying to figure out when was this lake made, because this is in no way, shape, or form a natural forming lake. These edges here, as I showed you, at being such a steep drop off, not only that is like it's all rock, which is really cool, but we are nearly a stone's throw to the highway, which is wild. But also, we're just in the middle of a bunch of the commercial buildings, or not commercial, but what would be like office buildings or hotels. I didn't even realize until I was looking into this, but the building here behind you, I think it's this one, unless it's the one just over this way. One of them is for a Marine recruiting office, the U.S. Marines. So, had no idea, but that was pretty cool to find that out. So, that's where we are. This is definitely a man-made lake, and the only thing I can find about when it was made or the history on it was in 1966. That was the earliest date I can find, was when they were doing construction. Now, I don't know if that was the building of this retention pond, because I think that's really what this is. This is a 16-acre retention pond, even though they call it a lake. Um, so, yeah, in 1966 is when it was said that construction was started. And then in 73, there were renovations. So I don't know if everything was built in 66 to, I don't know, let's call it 68, 69. Took them 3 years to build the buildings and everything around it. Or if it was an ongoing project from 66 to 73, what the case is, I'm not entirely sure. But um, that's all I could find. So, yeah, that's about the age of this pond, lake, whatever. And as far as fish goes, I couldn't see when they were stocking the fish in here, if this was something done on purpose or if this was one individual's brainchild doing this. Now, from what I could find, I think it was fish brain. They were saying that in the water here, there are largemouth bass, which I can attest to, bluegill, which I can attest to, because I've caught in both of those species. Last time when I came here, mind you, last time I came here, I had night crawlers. Anyways, that was also with Uncle Greg, so that's probably why we caught something too. We had a good luck charm. But the last species that they mentioned was rock bass. I am not entirely certain that that part of it's true. I haven't seen them, but I can't imagine it not being true. I mean, it does kind of make sense, but also this isn't natural water, so anything could be in here. It just all depends on what people decided to put in here. Well, that's just gonna do it here. They're not biting on what I have. The last one I was using here, I did lose after that. So we're leaving here from Peterson Lake. We are gonna go to I think it's called Big Bend Lake. I want to see if we can make a minnow trap and throw some bread in there and get lucky. Maybe we'll catch some minnows and be able to throw out some minnows and see if that helps any. All right, so we have made it to Big Bend Lake, and so what I'm gonna do here now at the lake is bring a little bit more with me than I did last time. Still two rods. No, now I have my coffee, so I can wake up a little bit more. Maybe that'll be the deciding factor. But I got the tackle bag slung around me, and there's some minnows here. I forgot to make my minnow trap. Oh, well, if we find a bottle, I guess. I have a multi-tool on me, so and I have the bread. Great. Maybe we can go by the garbage can. There's probably a bottle over there. So, bummer, dude. Let's go make it because I see a butt ton of minnows here. I could do it right here. Yeah. You know what? No, let's just go back to the car, get our bottle, make our minnow trap like we said we're going to, because that'll be fun. And then we don't get skunked. Win, win, win. Michael Scott. uh, so, yeah, I'm going to go ahead, get this bottle, meet you guys back at the water. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Once you have your bottle, you take your bread, you could break it up if you want, which I'm going to do. Just throw it in there. This is way more than I need. Perfect. And then typically what you'll do, not what I'm going to do, because I don't do anything right. You'll just tie your line around here. Not like this. This is stupid. This is kind of idiotic. You'll put a line on here and just tie it off to a stick on the shore or whatever. I don't have with me extra line. So what I'm planning on doing is just allowing this to sit here with my rod on it. And then I will eventually come collect it. So here's our experiment. Now we just need them to swim in, like that one is. Oh, we got a taker. I think we got one guy in there. I need to not be fishing near them though, so I'm gonna leave you guys alone to it. So to remove your minnows, you just pull the lid up, get them out. Get the bread back out of here. Put it back in. Hold it back up. Take our hook, just what I did last time, which was hook the corner, and then just make it sink. But this is how you catch minnows. I thought there was a fourth one. Am I missing him? Did he jump out and escape? Yeah, just like that. Alright, so we got them in here. I left them all in here actually. There's enough water for them to stay alive. We're gonna grab our stuff and move. At Peterson Lake, we were there about an hour. Didn't even realize it was that long, but good for us. Now here at Big Bend Lake, we're not skunked. We got minnows. I am going to go where I know bass are and other fish should be. And I'm going to put minnows on this bobber setup. I'm hoping not to catch a big bass because that would be wild. Because I think it's only about 4 pound test line on our ugly stick. And then while our minnow is swooping and looping around the water with our bobber, I'm going to throw out that lipless crankbait that we love so much. All right, so we got our bobber out there with just a little minnow. I'm still using a very small hook. In under 6 minutes, we caught our fish right there. Dude, what's with your line? So I went to test the drag to see like what was going on with it. Is it overly tight? Should I make adjustments? Whatever, right? I told you this is some thin, thin line. 4 pound test is what I thought. I'm fairly certain I'm right. Um, Beautiful sunfish. I don't want to get spined. Sorry. Yeah. Beautiful little sunfish. He ate that minnow. I think he spit it. actually. He spit him. So he's gonna end up dying. So I'm gonna reuse him again. I can't. So now he's just food. The hook worked perfect actually for that. That's that's too funny. The line. I go to myself, I need to test this drag. How strong is the drag setup? Are we gonna snap off immediately after setting the hook? I go ahead, see how I pocketed my line? Don't be like everybody else and throw it on the floor. Put it in the garbage. Anyways, I go ahead to test the drag, and the line snaps. Instantly, the line snaps. And at first, I just stunned silence because that's not what I expected to happen. I expected to test the drag, loosen it up, test it, loosen it, test it, whatever. Right? You know. So now we got a leader, which is kind of cool. So I don't have to keep retying all this. But yeah, we snapped the line, so I hand lined him in, but we still caught him. So that was cool. Still got more minnows. We're gonna try again. Okay, we're gonna go back out. We just reset. Throw a little bit further. So I'm trying to do a bit better personally of understanding the habits of the fish, right? So here where we are, you have a rocky bottom that if I were to come closer, it's about here, just so you could see where I'm at. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit right there. Close enough to the rocky bottom to hopefully attract more fish. Now, um, what I'm trying to get at here is understanding the fish, right? The sunfish versus like the bluegill. Um, the bluegill will be in more open waters, sandy bottoms, dirt, vegetation, whatever, right? But these dark sunfish or green sunfish or whatever their genus is actually considered, um, they prefer rock cover. They want to be hidden. They want to be able to kind of not be noticed, if you will. Like they're much more conservative with their approach for existence, really. So that's why I kind of figured that's what we would likely catch here, which is good. They have a bigger mouth, but I'm not surprised that that was what we caught here. You know, when we're actually sitting to think and look about what we're doing, and it's very likely that the next thing we catch will be another sunfish. I saw some movement over there. Let's see if we can get the hook up and the bite. How the phone is set up, we're on a weird slope and incline, and this isn't good. Let's see. Our minnow is either freaking out, trying to do whatever it can for its escape, or we're getting attracted by something. You see the bobber moving around? I gave him a small-ish leash. There it is. Something's taking it around. We got him. We got him. Woohoo! And just like I said, another one of those sunfish. Let's zoom out real quick. Boom. They have bigger mouths. They are more likely to feed on bigger baits. And because we're at the rocks, that's where they're hiding. It's so cool to actually be able to understand the fish more. Oh, well, ow, I'm ending it. I gotta get home. Am I recording on audio? Yeah. Oh gosh. I'm gonna feel this in an hour. By the river, the mud went from packed mud, so it's no big deal to walk on, to a slip and slide. So fast. Oh man. My legs went out from under me. I landed on my side. I'm covered in mud now. Oh, jeez. That's... Well, that's what I get for trying to get another 10 minutes in, when I should have just been heading home, spend time with the wife and son. Ah, goodness. Well, if you enjoyed the video, we caught the minnows. We used them as bait. Caught 2 sunfish. Got skunked at Peterson Lake. And I think I'm gonna start doing this a little bit more often, where I do a little trap or something and catch some minnows as part of bait. How you doing? I think that was fun, and I would like to do it again. In any case, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Let me know what lakes in the Chicagoland area you think I should fish next. I was discussing with my wife. I think one of the next places I'm going to be going is actually going to be with my son. And it's to the body of water I grew up fishing in the neighborhood I grew up in. Very small. It's a pond. It's stocked, man-made. The list goes on and on. Thanks for watching.